So it begins. Cash game session 50. And we are most of the way there. Quite a few tables going. It looks like there's 3 more tables I can get on.
Really? You had to burp like that?
Borf. Does burp like a bullfrog.
It's like...
Borf.
So intense.
Really, with the seat reserved? It's not. It's reserved for me. What table is this? Andy's. Join.
I just don't know if I can truly actively talk to someone who wears the foam clip on their hips still. On their belt clip.
Jesus. Usually you got 2 choices. They're either over 50 or African.
46.
Cusp.
Right.
I think I'm gonna close this.
Oh, I'm really about to go to sleep now.
There you go. There we go. Yeah, we got some tables going.
What do you think's better at bowling, men or women?
I mean, in what aspect?
General.
In general, the professional, whatever the fuck? Men. As is with everything. But with the actual spirit of the game, in which bowling is an activity for fun and to go out and do something, women every time.
Like, I just mean like numbers wise. Who
Men.
wins more?
Men.
Who has higher
It's a physical activity, men.
scores?
I cite for reference Serena Williams. Remember that interview she did? When everybody was roasting that professional tennis player who was like 500th in the world. And he said that there's not a woman on the planet that could beat him. And then they went and talked to her about it to see what she would say. And she goes, yeah, he's a guy. He would crush me. When she was #1 female ranked player in the world. It's just a fundamental difference.
I don't like it.
Then don't be a woman.
Oh, you know what? Okay.
You made the
Well, I
wrong
was about to say, well then, but that wouldn't matter for you actually, so never mind.
Made the wrong choice.
I made the wrong choice.
Yeah. I was able to think long term. Even went with white. How much did I nail it? It's 2 for 2.
What the hell?
Probably not.
Probably
This lead out is interesting. The jam is the problem. The lead out's not so much a problem. This lead out should be a draw, which he should not fold after he's committed this much, but wow, he just had a weak ass king. I can't believe he jammed it with a weak king. Like, why? That's very bad. I mean, I was pretty much done with the hand, but once he jams, if this guy had folded, I would have called because he should be just jamming a draw there 99% of the time. Backdoor hearts. Maybe with second pair or something, but jamming a weak ass king and then sitting there thinking about it, going, "Oh, I don't know if this is good." Well, it's too fucking late now, man.
Oh, well, yes, it's 3. So bizarre. I can't believe I said, okay, I'm interested in dick. I can't believe I actually typed it and sent it.
That is pretty funny.
I gotta start being more like this. It's pleasant responses. It's funny.
Having a hilarious grinder exchange.
I'm having a hilarious fucking This is great. Oh, I love you, Eddie.
And it's fucking hilarious because I
Bitch, I said I love you.
love you too. Jesus Christ. Not anymore. Goddamn. Shit, fucking bullshit. Damn.
Just gonna graze over at me saying I love you.
Ugh. 17 times a day.
Guess what? We're in week 3 of the hormones.
That was close. That was a close call right there. When he hits that ace and keeps betting, it's kind of super close. I figured him for either the flush draw or the ace, but it makes sense that he bets like that when he has both. So, kind of underbet the river because I was definitely bluff catching. He probably should have gone for it. It's a good spot to recognize you're in because you can make a big bet. Because if the other guy's bluff catching, you got to give him something to catch. So, if he had bet any smaller, I think I would have folded. But he could have bet twice as much and it would have called. And it's only because the ace hit the river too. Like with one ace out there, it's not really an issue, but with two, it's kind of meh. It's just harder for him to have an ace. And he's not going to keep betting a overpair after the ace hits, so kind of all falls into coolery territory. That's a good card. Player checks. I'm just going to lead out. It looks kind of suspicious. Sometimes they have like pocket 8s or 9s. Ace 10. Wow. Why did you stop betting? Just abject fear. You got your best flop and turn and you stopped betting. I don't think he even would have bet the river if I had checked it. That's kind of fairly hilarious. I mean, it's just such a way to miss value. Like there was nothing there other than his own imagination to convince him that I would have him beat. Okay. Nope. Sure. Nah. So the raise is kind of interesting because it is fairly small for 3 players in the pot. Problem is that king makes a lot of 2 pairs, so that can really mess up what's going on here. Yeah, this player to continue betting, it sucks. And there's a lot of queen jacks and king jacks and 10 jacks. I think I have to give this one up. That sucks to have to fold that. But this check raise is just ridiculous. Like, more than likely, if this isn't like just crushing, yeah, it's like 10 jack, or it could even be the 10-9, the same 10-9, but it's just a horrible small raise. Really bad. And then you check the turn, and then the hilarious part is this guy bet. He should have checked the turn, honestly. Granted, there's a lot of draws, but he most likely has top 2 pair. Go ahead and raise that. I'm going to bet this, but small. It's not the worst. Just goes right down. That's fine by me. I have a no heart in my hand, so I let it go. Don't need to try to extract value when I'm obviously going to get screwed. Yeah, let's raise this one. Not always, but sometimes. That's a pretty good door card. Player checks. I am going to bet small. Sometimes they have an ace. I just don't see the value in checking here. We kind of have to set up the other player to get a little invested. This player jamming. How long have you been here? Half hour? I'm going to go ahead and bet this half pot. This is very tempting. I'm going to let it go, though. I think the best case scenario is it's a pair of jacks. I think a lot of times we're just crushed. And I haven't seen him go absolutely crazy yet. See the next hand. It's not like he's jamming every hand. So it might have been a good race, but it's very hard to tell. What the fuck is that? And we're gonna bet here. A little bit of protection, I think. So a little bit bigger. I just don't want to go third pot. Kings are nice. Surprised it took this guy that long to fold. I think he was on an in-betweener, which means my bet was perfect. Ace isn't bad. I'm going to check. Player checks back. I'm going to check again. And river comes off. I'm going to bet half pot. And there's really no way to get any value. I think once the ace hit, it was over for him. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to bet out with the ace there, but I think checking keeps him from pulling any moves. So we're really just setting up a bluff catch with the kings. Ah, missed it. Nope. Alright, I don't mind that from the small blind. Gut shot, backdoor flush. Okay. Bad card. Like, super bad card. The only worst card is if that's a club. But 4s, 5s, 6s, 9s, they're all pretty bad. We would call that. King of the turn is actually kind of good for my cause. Just gonna call. Ace in the river is actually okay. Sometimes this player has an ace, but usually we're chopping if he had anything, or he's bluffing. He was bluffing. Pair of 4s, why are you betting that at all? I do not understand this, sir. That's pretty good. No thanks. This player bets half pot. He doesn't have that much. I'm just going to raise him right now. I mean, if he's got me beat, it's whatever. I have too many outs. Sometimes he just has an 8 here, like an ace-8, and he gambles with it, and I'm way ahead by having a showdown value with the pair, and he's basically just trying to free roll his way into... I think I want to check raise this one. Not too big, but the only problem is here sometimes the player will think it's a flush draw, but I'm going to be betting most turns. Ooh. I'm in the blind, so I could definitely have 2 pair. The ace isn't that scary because he shouldn't have too many. We may just have to bet twice. He might not even know if the ace is good. Deuce on the river. I think we do half pot. It's very hard to call unless you have a set of 6s. That's hilarious. Wow, this guy loves making the minimum. He could have gotten so much more. And that ace should have saved me money, but I have a lot of history with the player. He's just fucking Captain Scaredy Pants. I think we can bet this one for value. I am going to bet. Could have checked the river, but I should be on more flush draws than him, and I just didn't want to get beat by like a random ace-10 or something. I think it's fine. And it's just a guessing game, really, at that point. Ooh, so many good cards on the turn, and that was not one. 6, a deuce, an ace. Even a 5 or a 4 is okay. Now I just have to give it up. Free roll. Oh, we got a free roll. Ooh, no good. We are going to bet smally here, and similarly here. Interesting. Queen's over there, 8's over here. Check raised, big. I don't buy it. Nobody's check raising the queens there. He could definitely have some other pair, but it's more than likely just hearts or a bluff. That bet's kind of interesting. The problem is, if I had 8s, I would continue here, but the problem is they could have 6s, and at no point am I going to be able to raise and take this away. So I'm going to let it go. I don't think he had a queen. Nobody check raises a queen there. It's just stupid. And I'm going to bet right about there. We're already heads up, so I don't need to go too crazy. And we're going to get some more value here. Sometimes he's drawing at a flush, but nope. Can't be afraid there. You can't be like worried about getting drawn out on. You just gotta, in cash games anyway, you just gotta go for value. Tournaments, it's a different thing. You gotta push the player off and get him to overcommit when he's on a draw. But in cash games, I think you're better off just going for the heavy value that still makes him make a mistake, and know that the board's going to run out clean 2/3 of the time, and when it doesn't, you just fold. Not the worst. Nice to have you guys coming out, chilling, keeping me company. I am in the blind here. Typically, this is not great for me, but I do think there are some steals. The pot's super small, though. It's a limped pot. I'm just going to check. Like, there's a steal here for about half pot, but I feel like if you get over involved in the little ones, it's just stupid. So I'll try to just bink the gut shot, and if not, we'll just check it down. Ace 10 does win sometimes. Usually there's an ace queen out here in this guy's hand, or like a queen jack or 10 jack or something like that. But queen 10 just became possible. Jack 9, king 9, all those hands kind of, not king 9, but Jack 9 specifically plays that way. Pair and a flush draw with 3 players. I'm going to lead at this. It is a small pot, but I don't think check raising serves much purpose. I think we're better off just leading, and if player has an overpair, he'll raise right now. He calls. I'm going to bet again, making 2 pair on the turn's pretty damn good. I think if we get raised here, we have to just call. I'm going to check the river, and hopefully he bets and doesn't have a flush. But I don't want to overinflate the pot. I think we can 3-bet that. What did you have? Did you have a 9? Ace King. Wow, I could have gotten more value. That's crazy that he checked the river. That's crazy that he limped pre and then he checked the river. Because, like, I mean, I guess we just bet to try to win the side pot. Nice. Free roll. Boom, I'll take it all. It's a pretty good draw. That's a nice one to bet because we force him out of the side pot, and basically the pot becomes a free shot when he folds. And I did 3-bet pre-flop, so I definitely have all the aces and kings. He didn't call. Thing is, though, he can have some hands that beat me, like, you know, king, queen. That'll have to fold that flop. Ooh, free card? Hell yeah. 10 on the river sucks. So much potential here. Okay. It's not great.
Leave it so
I don't even know if we can even call a bet here. Yeah, that's just stupid. Sergeant, shut up. Yeah, you. Shut up. God forbid a dog anywhere in 20 square miles barks. That's a pretty good door card. That's a pretty good flop. We're just going to bet small. I think this is one where we're going to bet for a little more value than normal. Player raises, min raise. I'm just going to min raise back. He calls. We're going to commit him. If he's got me beat, that's too bad. But he should never have me beat. Yep, pocket queens. Well played, bro. Like, super well played. Like, I'm impressed. Like, I really thought I was beat there. You can tell by the inflection in my voice. It's just always going to have an overpair that's, you know, and I have aces. And when that's the case, sorry, Charlie. Like, that's the problem. Now, he 3-bets pre-flop. I may 4-bet, although he was so short I probably don't. But if he has a full stack, I'm probably going to 4-bet. And then he can very definitively fold on a bad flop, like, or on a flop like that versus a bet. But by not defining his hand, he's just kind of waiting around to go broke. And am I ever going to stop betting? Like, he min-raised me, I min-re-raised him, and then he calls. Am I ever going to not bet the turn? Even if I'm bluffing, am I ever going to not bet the turn? No. Like, I all I've done is inflate the pot for you to get your shitty little stack in. So, sucks for you. Sorry, I gotta fix the window here. Messes up for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, sure. That's not bad. I should say it's not the worst. I guess I can move that table up a bit. Yeah, there we go. Player bets pull pot. The ace is kind of middling, only because players typically don't bet that huge. We're going to go ahead and bet here. If he has ace queen, that's kind of a bad scenario, but sometimes he has an ace that will pay us off. Sometimes he actually has king queen here, like the king queen of spades. Actually, if I had to bet, that's what I would say I think he has. Let's look. Jacks! Whoa, you're an optimist. I'm going to go ahead and bet the 10. That's interesting. Just full pot bet, weak as fuck, right? The 5 on the turn isn't great. I do think we're going to try to get some more value because sometimes he's on a draw. Sometimes he just hit the 5. I think we just go check, check, river a lot unless he's crushed me. Jacks. Schmuck. So this player min-raised out of first and I 3-bet. He's taking an awful long time. And then jamming. Why? Okay. Oh, he was in the big blind. So yeah, he could definitely have a jack. I thought he was the original raiser. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make a note while I'm doing all this. Okay. Not bad. Sorry, I had to make that note on that player. It's a very old man coffee move. I had to note it. Yeah, well, maybe I folded improperly to this player. I don't know how strong of a hand he's going to roll over here. He could have two pair, I guess. Ace-7 or something. Yeah, 8-7. Okay, good fold last turn. Glad I didn't get to see that turn because I don't think I would have folded. Eight seven kind of makes sense there. No. Yes. Sure. No. Ace is pretty good. I'm going to bet just half pot. Going to check turn. Looking to call river bets. You should be betting quite often, even on a bluff. No? Well, I'm going to bet. It's one of those ones where if we just get raised, we just fold, but I don't think we get 3 streets or even 2 streets if we bet turn. Oh, I don't want to fold this. Price is too good. There's a dumb raise. Literally just bloating the pot. Ugh, of course the flop comes off good for him. And that bet is super small. Yeah, this is the problem. I have to fold. Honestly, if it was just if everybody had folded to me, I would have called. Fucking goddamn turn. He should just never. Yeah, he's just never gonna have. Ugh, he's never gonna have the ace. It's so bad. This stupid little min raise. It's just dumb. Just dumb.
Lord have mercy, they even came out with a way to do gender reveal nails. This bitch got a cake on her nail that you light, and then the smoke either comes out pink or blue.
Oh. Sounds like it would burn your skin.
Yeah, there's sparks. She got a little bit of owls.
Fucking idiot. There was one where I just saw where this dude, like this woman has the gender reveal balloon. It's a black balloon. And all the other balloons are like pink and it's a girl and all like that. And the husband comes out and just the look on his face just, like it's a girl. Like, 'cause they have like 3 girls or whatever.
Right.
So she's like, come on, you gotta pop it. You know, it's for Instagram. And he goes, fuck you. He just, it pulls a box cutter out of his pocket, which is hilarious. This kind of sucks. I don't think I can fold. Sometimes this is 7s, but honestly, it's usually just a draw. I think we have to call. Ah, queen or 9, please. Damn it. That's a super cooler. But so eventually he pops it, and it's a boy. It was blue, and you just see him big smile on his face, and she just goes, punk ass motherfucker. It's really funny. Her reaction was great. I mean, that's just one where there's just way too many draws for both of us. Like, I used to get upset about these, thinking there's a way I'm supposed to beat them. I'm not. Like, I could just call and take the safe route, but look, any card that comes off next, I have to fold. So, if it's a super cooler, like, it takes 40 to 1 for me to hit 2 pair, and he's flopping a set. What is it? I forget what it was, but basically the odds of that setup are about 800 to 1. So, nobody's supposed to see that. And you're never supposed to fold to that. Because the vast majority of the time you're going to be up against the draw, you've gotten in your money good. You know? Like if he just has the straight draw, we're 66%. If he has the flush draw, it's the same. If he has both, then it's I'm 53%. So it's a cash game. It's not like it's a tournament. Tournament, that hand plays much differently. But it's part of the game, part of the game. I don't mind losing to that player because he's given me plenty. I mean, if this guy checks all the way down and has like tens or jacks, he's just a joke. Deuces. Nice. That's somebody who doesn't understand range of position. I mean, and it was a raised pot. It was worth bluffing at. Right? Yeah, it was a raised pot. 3-bet by a short stack. Don't love it, but the price is so right. Well, way to go. Just jams like a fucking idiot. Bad. I'm going to bet. Sometimes he's checking an ace. Is one of those ones where, even though it's 3 players, it's kind of odd. I don't think he ever folds a king. You don't know how much a flush draw beats me unless he hit it on the turn. I probably could have won that one by betting again, but now this is the player I just bluffed on the same board, but I didn't bet that turn. I want to see if he folds here. He could definitely have 10 jack, but yeah. So I guess betting twice might have worked, but he did have a spade draw, so I probably would have had to check turn and then bet river. But that's not a great fold when you have second pair. It's really not. Check. This isn't bad, because nobody should really have a queen. I'm just going to bet here and try to end this pot, because I'm tired of checking. It's a super small pot. Okay, way to go, bro. Oh, well, I mean, I should be beat anyway by the queen. Yeah, just this massive overbet. It's just always a queen. Or, yeah, a queen. Trying to get called by the bluff. mean, if he bets reasonably, I think he gets called sometimes by ace high, maybe. Rare the other guy has a deuce. Yeah. All right. I like the information that I'm getting out of this guy. Check. Check. Got called twice, which is kind of strange. Check. That's a pretty good card. Go ahead and bet. And bet half pot here. I'm going to check there. Call here. Fold there. Get 3-bent by Versetti. I think we just call. This is odd. There's a lot of queen jacks out there. There's not a lot of queens on this one. I do think we bet smallish because I should have a lot of ace queens here. Really? Okay. Yeah, you never have anything. King in the river, I'm going to check. Sometimes this player has a queen, sometimes they have aces. You can't have the ace king of diamonds. Yeah, we give this up. That sucks. Player is very annoying. I mean, I don't think he 3-bet me with ace queen, but I definitely think there's a chance he had aces there. I mean, I guess queens is possible, or an ace queen. I'm going to check this. A little off rhythm with Versetti. I think I won that pot outright, and I think I got paid. Oh, that wasn't it. It was this one. It was this one, right? Yeah, I got called by 8-8. Wow. Very optimistic. I don't mind that. A lot of equity. I'll take it. Let's go down this table. Yeah, I guess this table's done. Yeah, I'll just get off that. What a great raise. Not my flop. This is the problem here. Bets half pot. I don't love it. I do think we call. King on the turn's interesting. And river, we're just going to check. I mean, sometimes, I guess, yeah, sometimes he calls and I beat him when he has like pocket tens or something. Queen 9. Call me with queen high. Guess he's seen me play before. I'm going to bet this one up. Check raise works up there. 9 on the turn, but it is a club, which really the problem is it kills my action because it's easier for people to see flushes than straights. So if that's the 9 of spades, I probably keep betting, honestly. And yeah, that sucks. On the bright side, made a 7-card straight. Not that that's worth anything. Look at all the posters. Alright. Only because there's so many posters. Good flop. This is a small pot, but with a min raise, somebody should have a queen quite often. Player bets the full pot. So that's interesting because sometimes this hand has equity, sometimes it's just utter crap. So I think raising now is important because when they have king queen, they'll continue. If not, they will absolutely just fold immediately. But if I call, they're not going to bet the turn. So being out of position, I think it's important to check raise there because sometimes players get stubborn with like a queen 10 or something. This player is just auto folding from the big blind. It's hilarious. I was going to say I'm going to start raising smaller, but I don't change the size of my bets in cash games. It's just silly. I think we absolutely bet here like we're protecting a king. Ooh. Queens twice in a row, same table. Let's make the same bet. That's interesting. So, interesting. Player leads. Wow. I don't think we fold. Sometimes they're leading right at a deuce, which is a really great play. If they check here, they usually have a king on this table. Yeah, you got it, bro. Congrats. Yeah, that's one of those ones where once they see you committed, they just jam it in. And he thinks I'm committed with one bet because I was the C-better. It's just 100%. That's always a deuce. I think we can call here. It's close. Check this one. I'm going to grab a soda in a minute. I think we just check call this one. I'm going to fold that. I'm not going to get paid anyway. That's pretty good. Queens and he checks. That's just pathetic. So this player bets the full pot. I have to believe that's weak. I'm going to check raise. Get called here. This is really the problem. because he could have already flopped the flush, but we're obviously not folding. He can also have some 7/8s. He can have some sets, I guess, but we're out of the first position. He could just have an overpair with the diamond. So I don't think we get folds. I'm going to go ahead and check. And I'm going to check rivers. Sometimes we win here, but honestly, I don't think so. I think a lot of times he's got the overpair with the diamond, which can definitely be jacks. That's a super small bet. It's kind of begging to get called. He is in the big blind. Does he ever have like a 7? No. I mean, he's cold calling. He should have a lot of flushes because I have the ace of diamonds. Sometimes people are dumb and they have like the 8 of diamonds and they do shit like this, but I think if the 6 didn't pair, I think I could actually hero call here, but I think I have to fold. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a soda. Definitely one I could bet, but the pot is so small. I'm just going to bet. Hopefully somebody's got a king and they pay me off. I mean, if he has just an ace, I don't think I get a call on the turn, but yeah, that doesn't call me on the turn, so I'm glad I waited. But if he has another king, then it's like I probably should have bet the turn, but I'd have to be psychic to know that. Another spade draw. Let's hit another one. Okay, now let's get paid on it. This is going to be hard to get paid on this one. I mean, but I have the queen, so I'm really not afraid to get the money in. I mean, this guy just can't believe it. Like, how does the guy hit 2 flushes in a row? So he's going to call me with the straight. He made the gut shot. Interesting. Call that. Interesting. What an excellent card on the turn. I think we try to underbet again. This is hard to get called by anything that's not an ace. We do get check raised. There is a 7-9 possible. I'm just going to call. 10 on the river is absolutely horrible. It counterfeits my fucking hand. Now his stupid fucking ace jack fucking wins. Queen jack, you tried to bluff? And you didn't bluff the river when the best card in the world came off for you. Good man. Retard. That's really bad. Like, that's a really bad play. Okay. This player's only been sitting for 3 minutes. And I know him well. So, pretty cool. He checks. I am going to underbet. He calls. This little pause is cute. It's usually a draw. Sometimes it's a set, though. So, realistically, what hands do I beat here? With no raise. I mean, it sucks, but this looks like a set of 3s on the turn. It could also be 4-5, I guess. There are suited ace 6s out here. I think this is dumb, but I think it's a pretty easy fold for me. Could have just called. His min bet, or his small bet on the turn was goading, and when I raise it, if he's on a draw, he shouldn't be jamming there, because obviously I would be looking to call. So when he jams back, it's like, okay, good for you. And I could have just called the turn, but I don't want to let somebody else can dictate the size of the pot. Plus, I think I saved money. This river bet should be bigger than that. This player checks. I am going to bet it. He calls. Queen on the turn is kind of rough. He may have flopped something really good. I'm just going to check. Wow, that's funny. Pocket tens. I think we can bet here like we're protecting a queen. Snap called by my buddy. Interesting. I think we're going to set up the bet. Ugh. 445, and I do most likely have all 8 outs. Problem is he can be holding one. And check raising the turn where he's committed. I only get 445. Nope, that's okay. Probably could have checked the turn, but I like it better than I bet it. I think I saved money. Annoying, but not a big deal. It's another player not sitting long. Like if they're there for half an hour, it's kind of different. I'm going to underplay the ace-king here. It allows me to call some flop bets. Being out of position is fine. Plus, it does keep the whole thing wide open, but there's really nothing to fight for here. I guess we just check down and win. Sometimes this player bets. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. What did the other guy have is my question. So we see a min raise out of first and a call. This player's only been sitting for 6 minutes. It's another one. I don't think I'm folding. Queen Jack. Interesting. I don't think I'm folding. I was going to say if he jams, I'm not folding. Got shot. I don't mind betting the open ender. Sometimes this is just a heart draw and we get the fold. Sometimes we get raised because he has the 6. I like betting it though. Give me a good hand here. Just stole 2 of those in a row. I can't get a good hand to get showdown. 8's not bad. Full pot bet. He could definitely have a jack or a king. I'm going to check. Aces. Wow. You bet full pot with aces on that board and then continued to bet? That's pretty bad. And again, didn't bet the river. Like, what is he afraid of here? Like, it's a possibility I have a flush, but you should be betting that river and folding. Like, you just bet, and if they get raised, you fold. You know the guy has a flush. But by checking there, you really miss your opportunity for value. Because I may have called it. If I had a jack, I probably would have called it. Okay. I considered 3-betting, but I don't think it's necessary. He's a player we just beat in showdown. You don't need to make a lot of moves unless he does something stupid on the flop. That's a good bet. Check. It's my only problem with that is it kills my action. I mean, I guess we just call. It is a big bet. Sometimes this player has something. But the king on the river is pretty good. Did you have an 8? 4's full. Wow. I'm surprised he just called. Good just call. Really good just call. Most players go broke there. I bet I could have gotten it called if I jammed on him, but I honestly thought he might think I had a flush. It's kind of really brutal when he hits the 4 on the turn, and I call, and then he doesn't get it in the river. I mean, what do I have? 8 deuce? How is king 8 even a thing? That's, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's kind of bad because I should have a flush there. A ton. Like 99% of the time, I'm going to have a flush here. So you only get beat by king 8 and kings and 8s. That's it. Okay, so this player limped, I raised, and he min re-raised, and I flopped 2 pair, and he's going to bet big, and I'm going to stick him. Unless he has kings. He could have aces, I guess. But it's a cooler. What are you thinking about? Do you have queens? If you have queens, you're a joke. 7s? You're still a joke. What the fuck is that? See a small raise after a first position limp. We are going to re-raise. Player just calls. An ace comes off. I am going to check. Another ace is really good for me. I'm just going to check. Jack on the river. I am going to bet half pot. Sometimes we actually get called here by queens or 10s. I'm going to say it was queens. King, queen. Optimist. Okay, I raised this pre-flop, so I'm raising this flop. Stupid bet. This player calls. I think he should be just flush drawing, so unless he bets big on the end. Wow, that's hilarious. Zero doubt he flopped a monster. Like, that's one where he wanted to get to the river without seeing a flush card come off. So that's kind of hilarious. Ooh, maybe another table coming up. Yep, this table's gonna go. Ooh, nice. Give me a good speed. Give me a good seat. This one. Yes. This table went down for like 4 minutes. Nah, like 15 minutes. But I'm always shocked. It went completely down to 0 and then got filled right back up. I almost didn't get a seat here. That's hilarious. How do I win with queen high? Really?
Ouch.
Okay. Oh, this is my buddy who had the 7s. Check. He's super short, so there's not a lot of moves to make here. But we definitely call. Spade on the turn, we check. Maybe we give him action. I think we bet the river. You sticky, stupid shit.
Sticky, stupid shit.
It's just hilarious that he calls there. Yeah, that's just he was just pissed at me. But it's not a good call. He just decided he wanted to see what I had. It's one of the rare instances where I had a hand that can play that way. I even raised him pre-flop. Like, he should have just been jamming. I don't love this, but because of the 10, I'm going to call. 6 isn't anything special to get the straight, but if I make the 10, Jack can work sometimes. It's kind of close. He should have a lot of 2 pairs if he bets big. Right, you got it. There should be a lot of ace 8s and 8 9s and just weird shit like that. And he was so short, but he bet the full pot on the river. I got to give him credit for, like, he could even have the 6-7, I guess. I mean, it's possible. Not super likely. It's all right. I like the same player raising now after all these limps. I think we just bet here. Fold that, fold that. Okay. I'm just going to check the river. It's kind of the worst river in the world. That's kind of an awful bet. That's kind of an awful raise. It's funny because I was thinking the best hand was right here. And then he just min clicks and the other guy has to snap fold. Like, that's why this is an awful bet, because it's just never anything. But really felt like the other guy was in there with something. So this is interesting. I think I'm most likely to have the ace, but I am going to bet small. This is bad. This player fucking called. He limped out of the blind. Look at that turn card. I don't know how often I get... See, look at the min raise. Yeah. Whole lot of trapping going on. And then the check jam. This is never the winner. I make the flush on the end, but the board pairs. I think we just bet half pot. Yeah, look at the kings. Like, you're just never good with kings there, bro. I bet into an ace. Why are you check raising? And wow, I got paid off. I guess it was just another 10. 9-8 of... Oh, wow. That's funny. That's funny. Why'd the board have to pair? I think we just bet. Check. Oh, I had it for a second. 6-5, 6-5, 6-5. 6-5, 6, 5, 6. But then I won a pot. Nah. Okay. It's a pretty high equity flop. I think betting it right at the turn is pretty good. Is he going to go for it? Oh, I pick up the open ender? Really? 9. Damn it. This player has a lot of flush draws. The problem is a lot of them beat me. But not ace 9. It's annoying. It's the one where I could have gone bet, 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 but after his call down with the ace king, it's just not going to work often enough because he's just way too sticky. Oop, even number. Is that where it is? Am I pointing at the right spot? No, it's over here.
I do that in my stream all the time.
Well, I forget because to make it look right on camera, they have to flip the camera.
Well, yeah.
Otherwise, my left hand looks like my right, and my right looks like my left.
I'm always doing this. The people are like, "What's your Instagram?" And I'm like, "It's right. Well, I don't know which side, but up there."
Sometimes we get called by an ace here. Really? You just call with a king? That's funny. I like that river raise, though. It's pretty strong. I don't know why he just calls there, though. I mean, I get it's king 6, but we're blind versus blind. Min raise from our friend. Check. You got it, man. Oof. What'd you have? Reasonable. I'm too comfortable to get up. He's under the covers with you.
I think Choo Choo's too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's over there. This is your average Friday night grinder. It's a lot of potential for the back door.
That whole thing. I was like, what is he talking about? You know, what?
Yeah, a pair, backdoor flush draw, backdoor ace. There's a lot of potential for the back door.
I told you. Backdoor flush draw is dangerous.
Right? This is kind of interesting. I mean, his player's in the blind. He shouldn't have many aces. He should be betting more draws, so I think we just give this up. Because I'm the one who should have the ace there. And I don't think raising the flop would have gotten him off of any kind of draw. Having the straight draw there is kind of super strong, but you can't get blown off of it, so... So now we bet like that much. Player snap calls. I'm going to continue betting. I mean, unless he jams here, it's kind of whatever. But it kind of looks like I'm working the money in. Ooh, look at that turn. That's a great double bet. That was a great double bet. That second bet was pretty fucking awesome. Because that is a player... Quit. Because that is a player who absolutely does not want to fold to me. So, getting that win is kind of really good. I'm just going to call this. I could definitely 3-bet sometimes, but we're going to get position anyway most of the time. And now with a smaller pot, we can kind of take some cards off when he c-bets, which he should. I mean, he can absolutely have a king, but I don't think we want to fold just yet. Ace sucks. Yeah, he checks. Nice. It's pretty awesome. And the thing is, you have to follow through and bet the river there. And I shouldn't have many aces, so it's kind of easy to do. Like, this one, there's no point in betting. Player's in the blind. I have ace high. We're just going to give it to him. Like, this is not the same scenario. Couldn't be the 4 of diamonds over here? 4 diamonds. I got 3 pair. That's no good. I mean, I might be okay. 5s. Jacks. Why did you know? Oh, my God. This is how you play jacks wrong. Case example. It's like there was this myth came out years ago when poker became popular that jacks are impossible to play. You know, the old saying, there's a million ways to play jacks and every one of them is wrong. And it's like, It's such a valuable hand, and it's just like people just have no perception of the real value of it. This is kind of awkward because I don't think we get wins for one bet, and this player is super short. I think this is better. When the board pairs and it checks to me, now I can bet. Now I can bet pretty small and win here if it checks to me. All right, he bets big. That's kind of stupid. He's got a draw, but I'm not going to continue. I do have the ace of hearts in my hand, but sometimes, super rarely, he's got like a pair of nines or something. He's probably going to go broke here then. Nope, bad bet. It's like you make that big a bet into a four-way pot, you kind of give up the ghost that you're weak. Like your bet only needs to be a third pot. Like that was like 2/3. Check that. He checked pretty quickly. I'm going to check again. He's going to keep checking. Usually win here. He's just got a random. There's another one that we can bet. Now this player did this super small bet. Usually this is either a deuce or nothing. Heart draw. No 4-5s are really out there, but the heart draw definitely is out there. So we're going to let him have it. It's a super small bet, but we're going to let him have it. It's fine. Like quarter pot is kind of okay. Plus letting a player do that and then check raising him later when he's actually got a pair will actually make him bust himself to like 2 pair. Plus he hasn't been there for very long. Check. Queens. What's the point in like you limped it in first, got no raise, saw the worst flop in history for you, and then you decided to bet the worst bet of minimum. Like I wish I'd hit something to just bust him there. If I'd hit just a 9 there, I'll bet you I can get some out of him. Like with just a stupid little bet on the river. Okay. I wasn't going to call it, but this kind of priced me in. Fold this one. Fold this one. Ace sucks. Yeah, he checks. Nice. Can we? What the hell's going on here? What's going on with my phone? Ugh. There we go. I think we want to bet small here. It's an ace. Get called twice. The 6 comes off. Not really the best card. Not the worst, though. This is kind of meh. I'm going to check it. Jack's bad. It's bad because it puts a lot of bluffs out there that I may not be able to call against. Yeah, this is one of them. That's a lot of king queens, so kind of have to let it go. Well, we can obviously bet that. But I can't imagine somebody has 10 jack and didn't bet it at any point. But we usually don't get paid. Which is fine, I suppose. I see you guys there. Thanks for hanging out. I'm in the background of everybody's grind. hell's this? These guys have a quarter pot apiece? Less than that? 20% pot? Just get the money in. How do you fold? How do you fold for 5-1? Almost folded. Because he made a shitty move, then made a shitty call, and almost made a shitty fold, but somehow realized that he was getting 6.5 to 1. That's pretty bad. Like, that's super bad. That's actually kind of hilarious. Let's look at that hand again. So he raises out of first with the 6-7 offsuit, gets called. It's a 4-way pot. He bets 2/3, gets check raised, decides to call it, and then with a 6-7 suited. What the fuck? It's not even Sunday. Like, even calling the flop raise, that's a check raise. Nah. I mean, and it was a monstrous check raise, too. I'm just gonna check. Sometimes win. Or what did I say? Sometimes lose? No, I meant sometimes lose, not sometimes win. It's pretty good for me there with that betting action. You're going to be my friend. This man likes to bet a lot, but he's got so few chips, it's not even worth going up against. Funny, funny. Fold. It's a fairly good flop. I do think we want to bet, and I think we can bet pretty small here. Yep, just snap folds. Especially when I'm holding the ace of clubs, it's just like too easy. I'm gonna underplay it. It's pretty good. I'd like to see a bet and a call, so then I can raise. Half pot, the call. I think we raise. I might have done it a little fast. Just call. That jam can be a problem. Okay. Ugh. 7-10. He posted into the nuts. Posted into the nuts. Should have 3-bet. Best part is I can look super tilted now and just over-raise the shit out of this. Okay, you win. Good for you. King, please. I mean, it's just shit to just run into aces after that. And I'm just trying to look tilted and get it in. That's gross. 2 big pairs in the blinds, 2 buy-ins lost. The 3-bet is ridiculous. Or the 4-bet, rather. Like, why 4-bet small? You just saw me lose that big pot. You should absolutely just jam it in. Like, you're trying to look weak. The re-raise is like, I'm never going to fold, obviously. I'm just going to get the money in because I have kings, but whatever. Yay. Did he post into that? I gotta know. No, he called the raise. He called the raise with 10-7 off. Okay. We got a fish paste. Did I win that one? Yeah, I did. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa. Okay. King 9. Big heart. Yeah, you must have one because you're throwing money away like you're Ebenezer Scrooge on Christmas. Ace sucks. Way to go. Nice bet. Moron. It's a great way to bet into 2 pair and just get busted. But if he has ace queen, I could see the bet. Just going to call this. I could 3-bet it, but I'm not going to bother. Okay. Player leads out for a blind. Good raise. I was going to make that raise. But I don't have the king. Min bet sits out and leaves. Was he here for any other hands? Yeah, I guess he was here a while. This guy's the problem. He's kind of a wild card. I'm gonna get out of the way. I feel like there's some bluffs here if I call, but I don't know where this guy's coming from, and he's not really a big folder. He's thinking about something. It's hard to get paid there. did I play that one? Flop. I think I bet right at it. No, he bet and I called, and then I bet the turn and he folded. Okay. Got it. Just got to know he's not going to fold. Unless I go bet, 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 he's just not going to fold. I like checking some of those. Good for my image. Like, this player is my focus on this table. Really? Okay. Such a good flop for the three bet. And because this player is so short, I really can't make a move on the flop. Yeah, it's fine. The min raise. I'm gonna check. Sometimes I usually win with this 9 over here, but there's fucking 6 of us in the pot. Full pot, I can't call it because there are straights and 2 pairs. He min raised, I re-raised. I am going to bet small. He snap calls. I am going to bet again. He snap calls. I am going to jam the river. 7s. Yeah, see, after that last bluff, he just decided not to give up. Yeah, so that's how you get paid with overpairs, but he just decided not to fold to me. That's fine. Might be a fan of the stream. Like, honestly, that's exactly how I would play fucking any overpair. So... Oh, God damn it. Oh. It's fine. It's hilarious. He just decided just to call down for no reason. Had so many outs. A 10 would have been brilliant. Because a 10 gets paid all the way off. I mean, I just went bet, bet, bet on this table. I'm not going to do it this time. I think we can bet here. Kind of small. You got it, bro. Fold that one. Really? That's the same fucking guy? No, it isn't. He's got a draw. He doesn't have a 10, but it's fine. Problem is, like, even a king can kill me. King counterfeits me, makes 2 pair. Oh, it would be nice to hit some hands. I think we're going to have to go a little tight right now and then just try to hit some hands. Because the C-bets are working, but anything beyond that's not really working. I'm getting called far too lightly. So we're seeing recreational players who, like, the regular players, like, they'll call pretty much every flop bet, but I'm gonna have to start going like bet check bet, which is good because it's less risk. mean, this is just... It's annoying when a player's this short. Because 3-betting here would be the move. Or I could just flop a monster. That would be fine. But, like, he's so short that, like, you can't 3-bet. And we end up in weird situations. But I think we just bet. Get out of the way. Oh my god, do you have aces? That's amazing. Wow, really? It's kind of hilarious. Thanks, bro. Good thing you didn't give yourself a chance to bluff when a club hits the turn. I just want to see it. 9? Yeah, that's fine. I just want to see it. The other guy has ace-9. The overcall is hilarious. I love that I called it, and I was the loser, and the other guy overcalled it. That's funny. I mean, he shouldn't fold, but a lot of people just never overcall. Let's raise up here. I think we can call this. That's alright. Ooh, look at that 5 in the door. That's kind of interesting. I don't want to give it up yet. I'm going to check. Aces. Yeah. That's kind of how it goes. It's either aces or nothing. The check on the river is kind of like shit. When he checks, I'm like screwed. Really? I'm going to check raise. Sometimes this is a monster, sometimes it's just nothing, but I'm just not going to let one card come off for min bet. Sometimes this is something, but what can you do? If they're not going to call there, they're not going to give me any more money anyway. Oh, same old man. All right. Ugh. Really? I'm not going to bother. It's just so face up. Not by saying that he has an ace, but just a hand he will not fold. How much do you have? Yeah, I'm just going to sit here. I can't believe he folded that quickly. I'm really shocked. This is getting annoying. Jacks. Jacks is fine. Oh, god damn it. God damn it, I missed clicking call for fucking 1,000,000 to 1. Oh, how did I get timed out all over the place? Jack, fold. This is the dumbest thing with this big bet. When you get action here, your aces are just cracked. Oh, ow. That's not a bad flop. Value and protection. I think that one's just more about the speed at which we bet it, which I'm definitely ahead, but it's kind of not great. I think I want to re-raise this just because I don't want 5 fucking people in this pot. Okay, cold call out of the big blind, sure. Can I have a queen dealer? Limp, raise, re-raise, cold call, call, call. Horrible flop. These players are so short, I think we have to check. Queen. Alright, I'll take a 5. Yeah. I mean, there's just no getting folds out of like even a pair of 7s here, or 5s. So this is just the worst shit ever. This player should have the best hand, but 7s, there you go. The ace-king cold call with $4 behind is hilarious. Ace-10, like... I mean, maybe I could have won it, but I don't think the 7s fold. That's the problem, is both those guys should have pairs. The fact that that one guy cold called with ace-king suited is just kind of ridiculous. And annoying. Okay. I don't think we can fold. Yeah, king queen a lot, right? But definitely can't fold. Really? I could definitely be up against king queen here again. It's tough if he has like ace 5, he's supposed to raise, but it's tough because ace 5 is supposed to raise and I beat that. Ace jack would have raised on the turn, I think. I think he had some, maybe he had something like 10 jack, I guess, maybe. But that's kind of a really disciplined fold for this player, so maybe not. I'm going to check this one. I don't love it. When a short stack raises, it's just a bummer. Because he's not even worth playing against. Like, it's okay to play for small, but... I'm going to raise. Yeah, it's just aces and kings, right? I mean, I'll call and probably beat, right? Really? Check. I don't know what's going on with this table. It looks like it's bugging out. Because there's players trying to sit and they can't sit. And I like my seat. I don't mind my seat at all. Player min bets. Oh, we obviously raise. Not huge, but definitely something. Because this lead out is either bait or it's being scared. Yeah, so we just take it down. The lead here is ridiculous. Because it's just nothing. Like, it's one of those ones where, like, if nobody has a jack, they can't continue, but first of all, that's not true. Second of all, it's like, it allows me to raise with a small amount and then look like I have something really great. Not that King Jack is bad. What the fuck happened here? Oh, yeah, I gotta get off this table. Until it fills back up. I like my seat, so I'm gonna stay sitting there. Appreciate you guys coming out. Got some new TikTok content out. Exclamation point links if you want to see that. LINKS. Also, new stuff every day on YouTube. Well, there's some of the stuff from last night's poker streams, and I did Red Dead Redemption late last night. And I doubt anybody in my normal crew was up, but it's all up on YouTube if you want to see it. Fun stuff if you like watching video games, which I'm pretty sure everybody here does. Yeah. Check. You don't bet a king ever? I mean, that nine's kind of okay. The spade is kind of bad. There we go. Focus was off. Could have called, but out of position, I don't like it. Folding. Fold. I'd like to make some hands, please. I haven't seen... I think I had kings once, and I ran right into aces. I had queens a few times, and got a couple bets out of them, but nothing big. Had jacks once. Got cracked by somebody flopping the nuts with 10-7 offsuit, which is hilarious. In a raised pot. Cold call. I mean, pretty awful. This is where their hand really lives. I don't know what this is. This could just be a raggedy ass ace or a yeah. That's where the real bet lives, is behind me. Really? You got it. Some kind of draw? Could have ace 8. King tray. Whoa. That is some bad fucking play right there. That is some awful fucking play. Holy shit. So annoying. Just so many situations where I have to call 2 bets. Hungry. Hair on my fucking... Ugh. That is annoying. I think we might need a break, because this is kind of blah right now. Like, I'm just not hitting hands. You know what? I'm just going to tighten up. I've said it a couple times, but I think I'm just going to tighten up. Eyelash hair. Oh my god. That was annoying. I felt like a spider on my face. We should go for it. Yeah. I thought I might be able to raise, but I wasn't sure. I don't know if he... I mean, he probably calls, right? He's got so little on the table. And it's that same fucking idiot. I probably should have cut his throat. Yeah. Jack's okay. 50% increase in bankroll since I last caught the stream. Amazing stuff. Yeah, man, it's been going pretty well. And I'm actually running bad today. So we both call. This guy checks now. It's kind of really bad, so unless it checks through, I think I definitely lose. 5-8? That's kind of creative, bro. Yeah, it's definitely been a nice upswing. And I got a nice little bonus for my grinding last month. I was part of the New Year bonus program, so I got like $106 or $7 just in free money, just by achieving a certain number of points. But I count it. Also, congrats on another final table. 20 buy-ins for fourth. Pretty good return. Yeah, it was. That wasn't bad. I was disappointed in it because I definitely feel like I had the skill edge on that table, but I got unlucky a few times, and a couple times I got hit by a 3-outer when the guy hit his kicker on me, and whatever. But I definitely think I had the skill edge. I think I made one little mistake where I went for one bluff that wasn't advised against the certain player. But it was a very high percentage move. He just happened to be the kind of guy who overcalls once we got to 5-handed. So, what are you going to do? But, yeah, fourth place, always pretty good. And had another final table also where I got 8th in the bounty. That was funny. I kind of was on life support in that one and then made it all the way to the final table. And got it in with ace-10 suited versus pocket 7s for a reasonable race to try and get in the tournament, and just lost the race. When you're that short, you kind of have to get it in for 15 blinds. And I was in dead last place. Did I really get this micro 3-bet again? That's not too bad. I mean, it's a 5-way pot. There shouldn't be much bluffing going on. Case in point. This is a huge overplay usually. Like, you have to be able to beat aces here. If you're going to play against this guy, you have to be able to beat it. That's your requirement. Because this is very often a overpair trap, but more often it is a amazing jack, like the ace-jack of clubs. Or 2-pair. Yeah. Like, that's one where as soon as that flop hits 5 ways, I'm just like, okay, if you can beat aces. I almost raised this, but I like this player raising out of position. And this guy's in there with anything, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, this guy bets, that really fucks up my plans. You see, this sucks because if this guy folds, I'm going to puke. But he should never fold. Because this is exactly the flop I wanted against that specific player. If this guy folds, I'm going to throw up. You fucking loser. It's only a 9. Why are you c-betting that into 4 fucking people? Like, I seriously almost just called it anyway. But it's just so bad. Like, he's got a 9. It's just so bad. And I have the best fucking 9. It's so bad. But I can't call with this player behind and this fucking moron c-betting huge. Like, how do you think that's going to work? Like, when you put on a squeeze pre-flop, you really have to pay attention to board texture as to whether or not you should c-bet it. And that was not one to c-bet on. Like, that favors everything that called you. That's a 4. Problem is, there's an ace on the board which can scare people. Definitely think we call for a nickel. 5-8. Again, my man likes that 5-8. So this player leads out for half pot. I'm just going to call. And hopefully we don't see any more diamonds. This player might raise an ace. All right, that's pretty good. If he bets like super small, I can kind of see myself getting the money in. Yep. And the thing is, he only bets the turn with 2 pair or better. That's why I'm doing that. And it's never 3-5. Nobody leads the 3-5. So, and he's kind of right in leading, but I'm going to have ace king a ton. So when I just call and the deuce hits the turn, he's got to think it's good. But you saw like my huge re-raise. Like if I had just jammed all in, I think it makes it easier on him to fold, thinking that I might have ace 10 or 10s. But when I just re-raise and there's a chance to fold behind if he jams, I think it just gets the guy overcommitted. But hitting that deuce on the turn obviously cemented it. His bet totally gave away the ghost of how much he liked his hand. Like I wasn't sure if he had 2 pair or better when he bet the flop. But when he bet the turn, it's just like, okay, he's not going to fold here. So, nice little win there. I do think we raise here. And I think we go fairly large. I like betting that turn. There was a really good guaranteed tourney on Party today that I wanted to play, but it was super busy with work. 10K guaranteed for $2 buy-in. Believe it or not, I won, well, not $2 buy-in. I won one that was a 10K guaranteed with a $4 buy-in once, way back in the day. And that was a nice payout. If you're playing a $4 tournament, I was actually well established, and I just played it because it was such value on full tilt. And ended up winning it, and it was worth like $1,500. It was like rent and everything. It was great. But yeah, those tournaments are awesome. They're definitely minefields. Like you definitely have to like dodge because it's $2. And if you can re-enter, I don't know if you can re-enter on Party, but the one that I won was a re-entry tournament, and I remember because I took a buy-in and an add-on, and that was it. So I invested $8, and but there was a lot of people who were just like, because you couldn't double rebuy. You could buy in and then rebuy once you busted. So even up till the end, there was people just buying in for $4 or $3, whatever it was, and just jamming. Like just buy in, jam every hand until you double. I saw one guy, I think, go for like 7 or 8 in a row, like right at the end. It might have been a different tournament I'm thinking about. Any tournament that's 5 or lower, people kind of go crazy. 5 is kind of the dividing line, I think. But that's definitely a good tournament. But you got to understand, you know, you have to beat out 5,000 players. So if you cash that, you know, you kind of have to look at it as an achievement because it's a super minefield with a massive field. Mm-hmm. Fold. Raise. Not bad. Ooh, two pair, two pair. I think we can bet here. Get called. I'm going to check. I'm just going to look in the check call here. I'm trying to get bluffed. Sometimes we're just beat, but that's a bluff. Checking to get bluffed is so valuable. Like, it's usually a thing I was doing only in tournaments, but I was amazed how often and consistently people will bluff a misdraw when you bet and then check to them on the next street. Like, anytime you check to people in cash games, it just seems like it's compulsive that they bet. Like, there's so many times where I've gone bet flop, bet turn, and then check river, and they just pay it. Player checks. I'm going to check back. I'm not completely done with the hand, but I'm not going to go crazy. You got it. Interesting. Nope. Ooh, lots of kings. I think we bet here. We are going to bet very big here. I get raised by the small blind. I mean, there's not a lot of hands that beat me, but I don't think getting it in on the flop is a great idea. We obviously call. Quads on the river. I think I'm good. Should slow roll him. Nice play, bro. You got the escape hatch, man. Like, you should know I'm not folding by the turn, but you got the total escape hatch. I'm never folding trips there, not in a limped pot. I mean, there's just no, like, because I imagine most players would 3-bet. Yeah, we take that one down. Or would squeeze from the small blind. Like, that's just not. We raise this one. I'm going to go ahead and bet here, half pot. I'm going to fold that. I'll fold that. Fold that. Another club. I'm going to bet again. I do have the ace of clubs. Player raises huge. Problem is he can have just a deuce, so I don't think I can fold. And I do have outs versus just the deuce. I think if he bets again, though, he's obviously got a flush. Yeah, he's just putting me in. That's fine. You got it, bro. King 10 deuce. Yeah, that's fine. And that's what I figured. I mean, like, I'm looking for the club on the river. He doesn't even need to show me that one. 2-day event, bunch of day ones over the past 2 weeks. Ah, that's a different story. Those are great to play. Day 2 is the guaranteed cash. Those are great to play because you get through this massive field and, you know, you get a bunch of tries at qualifying for day 2. So I think I would like that better than just the straight, the straight $2 buy-in, 5,000 player field all in one day. Because the one that I won that was like that was, I think it took like 15 or 16 hours, which, I mean, I was ready for it, but I was not ready for it. I think it was the second longest online session I had at that point. I had one where I forget what the guarantee was, but I won $8,400 for first on a $20 buy-in, and that thing lasted like 19 hours. Why did I call that turn? 1 rebuy available for every flight. Okay, so 2 times flight total shots for punters to make it through. Nice. That's actually fair. I like that. Because they could have a tournament with that low a buy-in. You could make it a 20,000 guarantee if you just took all the rebuys off. You know, if you made it unlimited rebuy and add-on, you could probably make a on party. You could probably make a 25K guarantee and just zip right past it. It's an interesting card. It's not great. It's not bad, but it's definitely better than having one pair here. I think if he checks turn, it's kind of okay. Betting isn't bad. I'm going to check the river. He may check some one pairs like King Queen. He may bet some 10 jacks and such, but I think we're just going to see King Queen here a lot. Yeah, King Queen. Not bad. Psychic. Dun, 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 dun. Sometimes we're beat here, but not often. Sometimes he just has like 5-6, in which case I wouldn't bet the river. Ace Trey, wow, you were dead the whole time. You are just a superhero. Is your name Clark Kent, sir? You're going to be a calling station superhero, sir. I'm going to mark you as that. Fold. Ooh, I got 4s all over the place. 4-4, 4-4, had 10-4. I think I had a 4 somewhere else. Nope. Okay. Well, definitely like it if I can hit a 4. Look at this, same flop. I'm going to check. This player checks. I am going to bet. Check this one. Fold this one. So he calls. I'm going to call this one. I'm going to check turn and probably bet river depending on what happens. He checks. I don't know what's going on here. I think sometimes I can win with a bet, like he has like 9s or something, but queens. All right, I should have bet twice. A little punchy because this player is a little sticky. Yeah, he's a calling station. I think by and large that's a good check on the river. Obviously that was one that I should have done, but I feel like he's called me down super light in the past, so I think it's okay. Ooh, can I win 20 right now so I can get 6s across the board? Check. Check. It's pretty good. Having a jack is nice. Less likely somebody's got queen jack. Fold. Ace on the riv. I do think we bet. Look at this. I flopped the straight. I don't think we get paid here much. Yeah. But I can't check because it's too sus, you know? What are you calling me with, dude? Like, I guess a bad king with a heart draw? Queen 10. Wow. Like, all I had to do was check the flop, and he just called it down. I mean, it was a 5-way pot. I'm not going to bet into the field. You're another hero. If anybody needs to be saved, like, from a burning building, just go to WSOP. Longest tournament I played was around 8 hours on a 1-1-1K guaranteed. Came third for 130. Nice. The day before, I came 13th for 30 in the same tournament. Both fields, 1,200 players. Dude, that's sick. That's fucking sick. Yeah, I don't know how much the biggest field I ever won one in was. I think the biggest field I ever played that I cashed was in Canada. And it was like... Well, no, because the other one must have been bigger. But it was a huge... It was something like 10,000 plus. And I ended up cashing it for 1,600. I got like 4th. So the buy-in was super small. This player bet's small. I'm just going to go ahead and raise. Hey, 77 with 7s. Two players call. Pretty sure we can pounce on this one. That's fine. We get a call and an ace. And Deuce is over here. It's taking a long time. He called from the small blind, which is kind of hilarious. I'm going to check, obviously. Had a bunch of bounties, so cashed for more than second with my third place win. Nice. I'm going to bet here small. Hopefully this player has something going on. He calls. 10 on the river. There's a lot of 2-pair combos and set combos. If he jams, I'm not folding, obviously. He bets. I am going to rip it. The faster the call, the better I feel about it. Yeah, you're bluffing. See how we goaded that by like checking the flop, betting super small on the turn, and then he just leads river like I'm weak? Went on a 6-day run cashing in that same tournament. Structure suited me so well. That's a good thing to realize. When a structure suits you, like when I do well in tournaments just like for no reason, I always used to look at the structure and see what it was that was favoring me about it, and then work on the parts of my game that kept me from doing well in other structures, like the 5K slow structure, like the Boski on ACR. That structure used to kill me, but I final tabled one of those. That was the final table for 4th place, was that same structure. So it's kind of interesting how you can kind of learn stuff from that. Plus, you can also look for the tournaments that favor you and just play them like bread and butter. Like, I did a lot of studying on bounty tournaments while I wasn't playing tournaments, you know, for that like 2-month period there. And I come back, and the first day I win a bounty tournament, and then like 5 or 6 days later, I final table it again. I cashed it, you know, every time I played it since. So obviously my study paid off. And I think really it was the break that helped me more than anything. But, you know, you can kind of maneuver things, you know. And the 6-day run doesn't have to end, and it doesn't have to always be that structure. You can just realize those structures are good for you. And it kind of took me... There was another player that I was talking to, and he was telling me that it's not the structure that favors you, it's the way you play that's favored by the structure. Which sounds kind of like the same thing, but it's really not. I think we check and lose here. Really? The fuck is that? Like, you put no pressure on me. 0. Like, what are you donking for? I think we raise here. So yeah, so the thing to do if you ever find yourself in that situation where you're like, wow, I'm really doing well in this one kind of tournament. If you look at the structure, look at the format, look at the time it takes. Like I used to only do very well in tournaments that were faster structure, meaning 8 hours max to win. But now, because of my general knowledge base, I think I do better. Well, I mean, depending on what I'm playing, I can do well in a lot of structures, but I think slower structures obviously favor a more knowledgeable player. So no reason to bet here with this ace king. I like that. Like, there was just never any threat really. Like the player had 10-9. He didn't even try to bet the draw. Not that I'm folding for one bet, so it's a good thing that he checked, right? Smart play by him. I think you have to acknowledge good plays by other players, because otherwise you're going to miss things that you're going to learn, you know? Like, it's easy to say, oh, that's a cooler or whatever like that, but, you know, remember Rounders? It wasn't a bad beat. I didn't get unlucky. I gotta play that hand, but I know I'm good enough to sit at that table. That's the thing. You got to realize that there is a way that Mike McDermott doesn't go broke life in that hand with the ace-9. I think we raise here. I mean, he never folds a 4. 7's full and you just call? That's pathetic. That's pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic, especially when the backdoor flush draw comes out. What do you think I have, 8s? Like, that is just somebody who doesn't understand anything. Like, that is... What hand? He had the second nuts. I could have had quad 4s or 8s. He had the third nuts, excuse me. That is just the most ridiculous thing. I do like getting a great hand after a stupid hand like that, because I get to look tilted. I'm going to fold this one. Nobody went for it. Aces. That was stupid. He doesn't raise the 7's full. Like, I mean, there's literally 3 pairs of 8s, which I don't think continuing after that flush draw, or after that flush, right? They're going to raise at some point. So there's 3 pairs of 8s when the 8 hits, and then there's a pair of 4s. That's 4 hands out of, what is it, 1,378? That can beat you. If you don't get it in there, you're fucking retarded. That's not even the conceivable nuts. That is the hammerlock. I like how I get lucky, or get unlucky to get lucky so I can raise the river. And here's the funny part. I wasn't calling him, but he should always jam there. It's one of those weird ones. Like, I'm going to raise fold that every time. This bet is too big. I wish I had a queen here. This bet is way too big. At one point, they changed the schedule and moved all tournaments I was playing from the 22 to the 33. So I was playing these 1-1s with around 30 buy-ins. I actually found the 1-1s easier to play. Yeah, because it's less craziness. And here's the thing. Having $30 and playing tournament poker, like, I know you want to have 100 blinds. I just rewatched a bankroll structure thing that Fedor Holtz went on, and he said that everybody in their heads back in 2003, which is before he was even playing, he's like, all the knowledge came out that 100 buy-ins, 100 buy-ins. That was always the thing, 100 buy-ins. Every book said 100 buy-ins. And it's just not true. If you're playing that small, if you have another form of income, I would set a minimum for how low you're willing to play. And if the minimum is $1.10, cool. And go for an average buy-in. So that means if you play some 22 cents and some $1 ones, like, think about it like this. If you play a tournament for $1, another one for $2, and another one for $3, that's $6 in buy-ins. You divide it by 3, because you played 3 tournaments, that's a $2 average buy-in. That allows you to have 100 blinds, or 100 buy-ins, with only $200. And by the old rule, you should never be able to play a $3 tournament with having to have 100 buy-ins to play. So I would say use the average buy-in rule and set a minimum. Just set an absolute minimum, like I don't want to play any lower than this. And then based on your bankroll, go for it from there. But if you have a job, give yourself some room to breathe. That's really the thing. Because having $30 and sweating it and all like that, you want to take it seriously, but having so little, it can be too much pressure. And it's not your source of income, so invest in your hobby. I think I'm just going to check this. Yeah, that queen on the river is kind of expected. So if he bets river, I don't think we can, or if somebody bets river, I don't think we can raise, but I think we can absolutely bet river ourselves. Sometimes we even get called by a 6 here because of the flush draw, but the 10 should always be good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bet. I don't always bet that, but we were already heads up, so why not? You must be close to moving up in stakes. Yeah, I'm actually there. 500. I wanted 550, but I was like, you know what? If there's good games, if I'm over 500, I'll get in the 20 and L's. That's fine. But why is this pot so big? But did I 3-bet this? I guess I did, right? But yeah, when he calls, that's kind of super bad. I'm gonna check. Club's bad. Club's real bad. I doubt this is ever queens or jacks. I really do, so I'm just gonna check. What the fuck are you doing? It seemed weird. Maybe he was setting something up? I don't know. That's very weird. But yeah, I'm willing to play 20 and L now. The problem is there's just no games. I had been salivating over them, watching 5 or 10 games at 20 and L, or not 10, but 5 to 8 games. This is my setup, and I have it metered. So this is all stakes between 10 and L and 20 and L. There would usually be 5 or 6 20 and L's here, but ever since I crossed over 500, there haven't been any. It's been 5 days, or no, it's been more than that. It's been 5 or 6, I guess it's been 6 or 8 days that I've had the bankroll that I wanted to move up. I had over 500, but there just haven't been any games. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to move up. Once we get to 20 and L, it's, you kind of wrap it up kind of quickly, But it's going well. I picked up 70 or $80 last night, which is 8 buy-ins. I'm just going to check this. Sometimes this player has me beat straight up, but sometimes it's just an ace, like ace 10. I like leading out. I like checking the river. I like his check a lot. He should have ace 10 a lot. What did he have? Let's find out. Ace 3. That's optimistic. I'm going to fold here. Well, there's the straight, so I'm just going to bet it. Player calls. That king on the river kind of sucks. We're just going to bet half pot for value. Yeah, we never get called. Might have been up against a worse or a better flush draw, so maybe I got lucky there. Fold, fold. Jack on the 3 on the turn's kind of nice. I'm going to check this one. Not going to post the blinds here. I like that. Check here. Fold. Yeah, everybody's gone. Look at this bullshit. The problem is the 10 makes a lot of 2 pairs that beat me. I don't mind this at all. I'm going to fold this one and get off that table. I think we got to get off some tables here. These are just too shallow. I mean, I'm obviously not folding. Nice play. I don't know why he bet it that way. Like he checked the flop, he bet the turn, and then he bets the river pretty big. It's kind of silly. Sit out, fold. I'll call this, I'll fold that, I'll fold this, I'll check that. Okay, so we're off this table. We are off this table. Whoop. Check. I guess we could play smaller tables. I need to eat, though. I need to eat something fierce. So,
Same.
maybe we take a break here. Call open ender. Fold this one. Ugh, worst card. Best card. Okay, let's get off that one. Table options, settings. Yeah, we're gonna raise. Just because that min raise really isn't really anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm now playing about an average buy-in of about $1.60. Lots of 110s, 165s, ACR, and some 220s. Nice. I think we can just bet this pretty reasonably. And he folds. Confident in that zone. Nice. And that's the main thing, is that you want to make sure you're comfortable where you are. You know, confidence is one thing, but I think you have to be comfortable playing. And, you know, when you have a job, you can sit there and go, fuck it. Like, I'm not saying, you know, start spiking off hundreds, but, you know, you can sit there and play and be like, oh, well, you know, I stayed, you know, you set your minimums for bankroll management, and then you know, stuck to your guns, and then, you know, you can run bad for a while, you know, take a 30 buy-in downswing and just be like, well, time to put on another 50, you know, which is nice. And you're doing the right thing, which is putting in tons of volume, you know, when you're not relying on the money. You know, the idea is to play as much as you can, and I think tournament poker is going to get you the best. To be fair, if this upswing continues, you'll beat 1,000 without needing to move up in stakes. Well, that's the other thing too. I did the math on that. Since I hit about 280, I changed a few things, and it's just been a steady climb. There haven't been any real backslide days. Like, there's been a few days that I've lost a buy-in or two, but there's been a ton of break-even days where I took bad beats and then just grind it up, took a bad beat, grind it up. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of, like, you know, treadmilling, you know, at the bankroll, but when that doesn't happen, I kind of go up, as you can see, fairly quickly. So, yeah, I mean, I used to just play 10 and 20 and L, pretty much a little bit of 50 and L, and tournaments on WSOP, playing full-time, and my cash game expectation monthly was about $2,500. And my tournaments were the extra, which tournament payout wasn't that great back then, but I could usually count on another 1,000 or 1,500, which was enough for us at the time. So it's definitely doable. It's just a lot of time, and I'm definitely not putting in as much time as I did then. I was probably playing, I mean, it was at least 50 hours a week. But it's funny because I wasn't studying. So I think I definitely have a higher ROI because I'm studying now daily. Yeah, but I kind of have to say daily, pretty much, for at least an hour. If it's whether it's review or whether it's studying new material or the wake up with me's, I guess it's probably more than an hour on average. It's probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, including the stuff on stream. So it's a stronger investment. If I could go back and do anything differently, I would definitely have developed a study routine. But it's kind of hard to sit there and go, oh, I need to study when you're actually making a living playing poker, and you're at a I think I heard Fedor Holtz bring it up, is a concept called a level of what was it? Oh, how did he phrase it? Comfortable limitation, meaning I got to this point, I'm very happy. Why should I try to go higher? And it's kind of a subconscious thing that goes on, and it keeps players from moving up. And the idea for everybody, I think, if you're taking poker seriously, should be to play as much as you can and not bust yourself and just keep up moving up higher and higher and higher until you get to the point where it's just like ridiculous. But I mean, for some people, that ridiculousness is the biggest game in the world. Like Barry Greenstein donating every dollar he makes in tournament poker, you know, and he's like one of the winningest players out there because he just makes all the money in cash games. This is very interesting. I don't love it, but I do think we have to bet the river because we look like bullshit when we bet small. I don't think we see a lot of check raises. I'm really glad I bet that. I was sitting there trying to think about what calls me, and I almost saw the monsters under the bed. Ace King. That makes a lot of sense because he was underplaying the Ace King. Nice play by me, though. So yeah, I'm going to, well, this one's done. I'm going to finish up this hand, and then I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to go ahead and raid you guys out, and make sure you have a great night. I'll be back later playing some more poker, definitely. And later after that, I might be playing some Dead by Daylight, but not bad. Interesting little session. I was down...
Dead by Daylight?
Not Dead by Daylight, but Red Dead Redemption. Interesting session. I'm down less than $8. Considering the fact I took those beats and was down 4 buy-ins, getting back to less than 1 buy-in down is pretty good. So I'm going to take a break, eat, and I'll see you guys in a couple hours. See you then. Stick around for the raid.